Chat. A new episode of Black Butler just came out. I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. Three, four. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. And it made me realize something about my current, and I say current because I don't know if it might change. My current desire for any kind of anime, right? My current desire. And my current desire is story. I don't need to watch something that has a lot of action, right? As long as the story is moving forward, I think I'm fine. And I actually kind of learned that when I played Baldur's Gate 3, if I'm being honest. You know Baldur's Gate, right? Baldur's Gate has so much story and lore that if you don't stop and read or listen to all of it, and I know I said read and I don't like reading, but if you don't stop to read and listen to what's going on about the world that you're in, like what are you playing or what are you watching, right? Right. So I was watching this new episode of Black Butler. I almost said Black Dynamite. Oh my gosh. I was watching this new episode of Black Butler and I realized that there is still so much more about these characters that I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure I could learn more if I read the manga, but you know me, I ain't doing that. Because I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen Sebastian bleed before. I know a lot of you manga readers like, well, Candy, I've seen Sebastian bleed all the time. He's not immortal. Like, look. If he, actually, if he has bled in the other episodes, like in the past, I might not have. I don't probably haven't remembered it. That might have been the case because he's gotten into a lot of fights. I just don't recall ever seeing him bleed or cry. By the way, yeah, let me throw that in there. I never seen him do that. But this episode didn't have any fighting scenes. I'm thinking, no. This episode didn't have any fighting scenes. And I know a lot of people who like things like solo leveling, they might find that boring because a lot of people prefer more fighting and action and all that crazy stuff, which I do too. I honestly do too, as well. But I feel like a lot of people are settling for something flashy. Kind of like how, I was about to throw a Sonic under the bus. I'm sorry. I was about to throw Sonic under the bus. I don't like Sonic games, all right? You're just moving fast and going forward. It's like NASCAR. I mean, NASCAR is actually pretty fun if I'm being honest. I can get behind NASCAR. But a lot of anime are deer in the headlight. I'm trying to turn this into a verb. Deer in the headlights-ing a lot of anime fans with flashy fight scenes and all these things because they're trying to make up for, in my opinion, trying to make up for lack of meat on the bone, if that makes any sense. The lack of meat on the bone. I'm saying that again for those of you who are wearing the back. I'm trying not to repeat myself because I've actually been doing that for a lot of my recordings, and so I really want to stop that. You don't see too much substance. I'm pretty much saying the same thing again, but in a different word. Anyway, I make myself giggle. You don't see too much substance on these, like a lot of the supposedly quote unquote popular anime because they're putting more stuff into, they're putting more animation and more of the budget into just blinding you or deer in the headlightsing you. If what's a better way of saying that? That's like perfect way of saying it. I mean, that's a perfect idea, but the words could be better. Instead of just giving you something that goes deeper into the main characters or the characters' backstory and all that. I saw this episode and I was like, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. This is probably the second time I've actually said, man, this might actually been the second time in my life I was like, this is brilliant. I was watching, the first time I said this was brilliant, I was watching Peaky Blinders, where one of the characters was this detective was talking with, I think Roosevelt. I think it was Roosevelt. He was talking with someone important in an office, and Roosevelt was pretty much telling him, like, in layman's terms, that I don't know what you're talking about. Speak clearly. But he was saying it in a way it was like, I've never been really good with faces. I've never been really good with words. And he was doing all that while he was painting. So he was getting his point across while also talking about his painting. And it was like, I was like, that's brilliant. That's art. That whoever wrote that gotta be oh man. So when I said, like, this is the second time I've said something like that for this. Black Butler is a brilliant anime, chat. It's up there for me. It's up there because you know that an anime will stand the test of time depending on how uh deep they make the anime. Like even Naruto is up there because they can keep going with all these new episodes. And I didn't think they was going to make any more episodes with Black Butler. But no, there's so much more to it than what the anime has shown us, right? There's so much more. I'm going to use what anime was that? Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is a great anime, but it won't sit up there with things like Black Butler, Frieren, Naruto, and I'm not even a big fan of Naruto, chat. But what I am a fan of is substance, meat on the bone, and that's what Black Butler has. That's what Frieren has. That's a lot of these animes have. It's and no, I would not call Solo Leveling a one-trick pony. Solo Leveling is great for what it is. It's a great anime. But if you want something that's a little bit more deep, something like a little bit more backstory, like I would be shocked. I think what could make Solo Leveling even better is if they added so much backstory where you find out why people have access to these powers. You find out there's not too much there to even like go deep into. Maybe other countries get into some Evangelion type of nonsense. That would actually be pretty fun. I love the Evangelion, where they have monsters like coming from like way different areas. Normally you thought they were just coming in from these portals. Like, nah, they got some that were born here, kind of thing. Solo Leveling has a lot of potential, but if it's being written in a way where, hey, we only got like a few, maybe a year or two of content here, it's only going to go so far. With Black Butler and Frieren or even Naruto, they got years worth of content. They even brought out Boruto, and I know a lot of people don't even like that too much, but I haven't really seen Boruto either. Granted, I didn't see too much of Naruto. I don't even know who Naruto is, if I'm being honest with you, chat. I'm kidding. But I'm telling you, when you have an anime or an episode that makes the viewer think or go like get way into it, like anyone else could say, Candy is just an episode. It's not that serious. Look at that. What the heck is that? This. Let me take a step back. This episode dives deeper into a few things, right? It dives deeper into the main character's backstory, and I'm like, oh, that's new. I knew, he went through some trouble. I didn't know it was kind of like that. You see the main characters in pain. If you watch an anime and you don't see the main characters in pain, then it's missing something. Solo Leveling even has that. Even Solo Leveling has that. So a good anime, the main character needs to be in pain, and not some, oh, I stole candy from a baby in pain. I think that's more for the a little bit more innocent audience, really. I wouldn't say innocent, more of the I just stole candy from a baby. Not me from a baby, even though my name is Candy. I'm talking about, actual candy that you eat. Like, all right. No cannibalisms, all right? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I lost my train of thought. Dang it. Man, I make myself laugh and I lose my train of thought on purpose by accident. This one made me think. Chat, look at that. Look at those eyes. I mean, I've seen Sebastian sweat, right? I've seen him sweat under like awkward situations, whether he does that purposely or involuntarily. I said that right, I hope. Candy, you just say a swear word, whatever. But you need the main character to be in pain. Like granted, you don't really see that happen too much in this, but I was shocked by it. I didn't see it coming. With the Frieren had it, Solo Leveling had it, Goku had it. I mean, it's not, Dragon Ball has it. 10 out of 10, chat. This episode right here, 10 out of 10. This episode here it has no fighting whatsoever, but it's just so deep, man. It's so deep. I mean, it's not that deep. I'm over exaggerating, but I love it. It's deep, but it's not that deep. It's not like, hey, man, I just buried my cat. Hmm, that's kind of deep. Yeah, I gotta put it pretty deep. It's a zombie cat. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. It bit me once, and my neighbor had it coming. Anyway. I'm getting sidetracked. I get sidetracked again. You don't see this look on his face very often, chat. You don't. You don't. You don't. I I don't know. Something happened. I won't spoil anything for you, but something happened to our main character, our boy here, and I don't know how long. He's affected by something, and I don't know how long he's going to stay affected by it. Right? They threw a curveball with this one. I saw someone in the comments of somewhere. He or she said that this was their favorite arc, right? Their favorite arc of Black Butler. Man, I hope it gets better than this. I hope it gets better than this because I want. I love this series so much. This might be the second anime where I might pick up the manga. I won't. I'm gonna personally put my foot down and just not pick up this manga. If I was gonna pick up any manga, it would be Shadow's House. I told you about that one. That's my favorite anime. But it what also I forgot about this. It got so bad, right? You even have the OG going in, grabbing Sebastian's hand, like, nah, bruh, stop, nah, back off, no. I've never seen that happen in this anime. The OG has always been like that, that guy, right? He's always been that guy. He got that dog in him. He may look old, but nah, he's a whole nother level. He's a whole different breed. And he ain't even a demon. He's got them hands like a demon, but he ain't a demon, right? But even he, who's like stepped back, he's chill, even he had to step in like, nah, no, just give him some space. And I was like, I said, what? Whose hand is that? Whose hand is that? It was the OG. I'm like, dang. Oh man, those rowdy movie theaters where someone doesn't stop talking throughout the movie. Like, oh no, girl, she's gonna get you. Like, wow, and I know you're saying like, Candy, that's a stereotype. All right, shut up. Anyway, that was me for this scene. I'm like, I had to pause it, and I was like, ain't no way he grabbed Sebastian's arm. That's how you know stuff was getting serious. Oh man, chat, you had to have been there to see this. In fact, you should really go there and see this. Wherever you go to watch this, go watch it. Don't go to Crunchyroll. Go somewhere else, like your friend's house or your friend's house. I don't know what you guys do outside, chat. I don't go touching grass. That's unhealthy for you. Like reading books. Nope, no thank you. You should probably get outside. The sun is good for you if you can handle it. Sunscreen. Anyway, it also drives like a nail in the coffin with how his people love him, right? When he's in pain, they're in pain. Oh man, this is it was just a moving one. It like really moved me, right? I don't need all that fighting, chat. I don't need to be like a deer in the headlights with fighting scenes and all that crazy stuff. They are fun, don't get me wrong, but I want I want story. Fighting can only take an anime so far, right? You're not Dragon Ball, right? You're not Dragon Ball. Fight like you're not. You're not Dragon Ball. You're not Naruto. Solo Leveling could probably pull it off. It does got some amazing fight scenes, but I don't think fight scenes alone. It's Solo Leveling to me is like a very delicious, and I'm using food for this again. Solo Leveling to me is like a very delicious cheesecake without all the fixings. It's just a block of cheese. Like, that's delicious. Give it to me. But other anime like that has more story, it's got cheese and other stuff. I don't know how to make a cheesecake, chat. Don't question me on that. Come on, man. I'm just trying to make a point here. You need a dish to be balanced. There are a lot of anime out there that are unbalanced, but they're still delicious. For example, my peanut butter and jellies are thick. Sometimes they got extra thick when I add 3 pieces of bread. More peanut butter than jelly sometimes, or vice versa. Very unbalanced, but it's still my favorite food, snack, meal, thing I put in my mouth. Pause. No diddy. I'm in a good mood, chat. Can you tell? It's still my favorite meal when it's unbalanced. And I say that just to point out that uh, solo leveling, while it's unbalanced, it's still a good meal, that anime. This might be my second favorite anime, chat. It might be. It might be right next to Shadow's house. What's the next picture? You gotta watch it, chat. You gotta watch this. It might. I hope. I don't know. See, here's the problem with having an episode this good, in my opinion. The problem is when you have an episode this good, how are you gonna top that? You know, a lot of artists have gone into what's the best way of saying this? A lot of creators have gone into a deep uh hole in the ground because they couldn't do any better than their last work. And I wouldn't say a lot, but I know at least of one. So that is a thing. People like, that was the best episode, and it just went downhill from here. I hope that doesn't happen with this. In fact, after this arc is over, I hope the other arcs are just as good. I hope they're just as good. And what makes Black Butler so good is that you could pretty much watch each episode. I mean, each arc in different orders. I think because while I feel like these are coming out very linear. You don't need information from another anime, from another a season for this to work, for you to understand it. You should probably watch the first one at least. You should probably watch the first one at least, because that kind of sets the stage. And I think there may be more than just one first one, because I think they created different endings or something like that. Got weird at one point. It got really weird at one point. Ugh. And he's shocked because he has to do something. And he's like, me? Of all people, me do that. Because he's the only one that can do something that not even, apparently, not even our boy Sebastian can do. Think about that for a second, chat. What can he do that Sebastian can't do? It's very wild to me. That's very wild. And that's all I'm going to say on it, chat. We got other things we had to talk about. We got another anime to talk about. I could probably talk about this for hours. Anyway, chat. On with the rest of the show.